Any idea? It's got a window, it's got a door.
It's a cabin.
It's a cabin. And what's it made out of?
Wood.
Wood. What type of wood? What are big round pieces of wood called?
Logs.
Logs. This is a log cabin. Okay. Some of you might live in a log home now, but most of you live in homes made out of brick or siding or other types of wood. The siding on your house is going to look more like this wood, not that wood. Okay. But the Crawford family were the first people to come here and live in this area year-round. Like I said, the Utes came in the summer, they left in the winter. The Crawfords came in 1874. That's about 140 years ago. Okay. When they came to this area, they had somebody build a log cabin for them, so they had a cabin when they were here. But if you can imagine, if you walk out in this whole valley where the entire town is, nothing except animals and big trees. There were no stores, there were very few roads, there was no doctor, there were no buildings other than log cabins. So when the family came here, they had to live in a log cabin. And the reason is because they came with an axe and there were trees. So you cut the tree down, you cut all of the limbs off, you turn it on its side, then you have to make the top flat and the bottom flat. Because if you take a round log and put it on a round log, what's going to happen? It's gonna what?
It's gonna fall.
It's gonna roll off. So you make them flat, stack them up, put mud in between, you make a window, you make a door, there's your house, okay? Continue just a second. So they lived in log cabins. You don't have to live in a log cabin now. You have all these different choices to live, but they had to live in a log cabin. This was it. Now the log cabin is as brown and boring on the inside as it is on the outside. Inside your house, are your walls painted different colors or painted at the very least white? Sometimes your walls are painted in what colors? You can just say.
Pink and purple.
Purple.
Orange and yellow.
Orange and yellow.
White.
Pink.
Blue.
Lots of stuff, okay?
Yeah.
They did not have paint. And so when you go inside here, their floors were made out of dirt usually. The roof also had dirt on it because they would put sod on it, which is basically grass, because it helps keep the inside cool in the summer and warm in the winter. So this is brown, and this is brown, and this is brown, and the inside is brown, and the outside is brown. Everything is brown, and it looks very dull. Also, to make a window and to make a door is extremely hard. So you had to have a door. So all log cabins had a door. Some had windows, most had windows, but usually you only had one, maybe two windows. And so the only light in the cabin is coming in from the sun, or what else would be inside? Electricity, maybe? No? Yes.
A salt lamp.
Yes, exactly. A lamp.
Or
Okay.
a torch.
A torch with batteries and light, or a torch with fire?
A torch with fire.
Fire. And what else?
They maybe had a fireplace.
They did have a fireplace. No electricity, okay? So one of the things that the women would do on the inside to decorate the inside and to make it look lighter and brighter, and this is gonna sound really weird, and also to insulate it, is they would hang newspapers. They did not have wallpaper, they did not have paint, but they always got a newspaper about once every 2 to 3 to 4 months. And what is the color of the paper on newspapers?
White and gray.
White and gray. Now, white and gray sounds brown. Show of hands. How many of you have at least one room in your house that has true, real newspaper on the walls? Nobody. Because you don't have to. I mean, you could, but you don't have to. But that's all they had to decorate the inside. It was very, very, very dark. Okay? How many of you have chores that you do at home? Things that you have to do. Okay? Like what? Give me one chore that you have to do.
Feed dogs.
Big dogs? What one chore that you have to do?
Feed my dog, walk my dog.
Okay? What's one chore that you have to do? One chore.
I have to pick up my dog.
Pick up your dog's poop. I do too, it's gross. I hate it. Yes.
Clean my room.
Clean your room, okay? Some of you might have to help with the dishes occasionally. So you have chores. You live 100, 140 years ago, here are gonna be your chores. How many of you have to go out to the chicken coop and gather eggs? How many of you have to go out to the stalls and muck the stalls? Anybody know what mucking the stalls is? What's mucking the stalls?
I watch a lot of horses. It means like cleaning the.
And cleaning the poo, okay? How many of you have to milk the cow? Don't have to milk a cow. How many of you have to churn butter? Don't have to churn butter, okay? So if your mom or dad needs eggs, what do? Do they go out to the chicken coop? They may, but usually what do?
They go to the store.
They go to the store. Butter, if they run out of butter, does your mom stick you on the front porch with that and says, until that butter is churned, which is gonna be a half an hour, you have to sit there and do this? Is that what you have to do? No. What's the community now? How do you get butter? Go to the store, okay? Do you think there's plumbing in here with water where you can just go over to the sink and turn it on and ta-da, the water comes out? No, there's no internal plumbing in there. Where do you get your water?
From the creek.
From the creek. Do you guys have to go down to the creek with big buckets and get water for your mom so that she can, or dad, so that they can do laundry?
I wish.
No. Put it in the washer and dryer, turn it on, ta-da, it's done. But if there's no water, mom says, hey, it's laundry day. I'm too busy. Guess who gets to go get the water? You guys. Okay? So I'm going to use you as a guinea pig if you wouldn't mind standing up. Okay. That's you. Okay? You see that weird thing up there? Okay? And have you stand right there. That is called a yoke. And if you were lucky, your family had one of those to help you carry water. So the part that's carved out like that would go across his shoulders, and the part that's cut out would go around his neck, sticks out, ropes hang down, you tie it onto the buckets, the really heavy buckets of water, and you lift using your legs, not your arms. Because you can lift using your legs, you can lift more weight than your arms. And then you would carry it on your shoulders. There are cultures all over the world today that still use that. That would be your chore. Aren't you glad you guys don't live 140 years ago?
Yeah.
Big, big, big chores. Okay. Well, over here.